Good morning, and welcome to the A.T. Still University, Arizona School of Health Sciences, Class of 2018 Commencement Ceremony. I'm Dr. Norman Gevitz, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs for ATSU. Please stand as you are able for the singing of the National Anthem.
I'm Dr. Ann Lee Birch, Vice Dean for the Arizona School of Health Sciences. It is my honor this morning to introduce the stage party. Starting on my right, Dr. Craig Phelps, President of A.T. Still University. Dr. Norman Gevitz, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs for A.T. Still University. Dr. Bert Simon, Professor, Chair, and Marshal for Physician Assistant Studies. Dr. Rachel Diamond, Professor and Marshal for Occupational Therapy. And on my left, Dr. Randy Danielson, Dean of the Arizona School of Health Sciences and Grand Marshal. Dr. Eugene Schneller, today's commencement speaker and honorary degree recipient. Mr. Michael Tucker, Physician Assistant Studies, Class of 1999 and Alumni Association Representative. Dr. Tana Wilkinson, Associate Professor and Director of Physical Therapy, and this morning's Faculty Marshal. Also seated on the stage is the faculty for the Arizona School of Health Sciences. Please give them a big round of applause. I would also like to recognize friends and family in the audience this morning who have supported the graduates on their journey. Please give them a round of applause. It is now my honor to introduce the Dean of the Arizona School of Health Sciences, Dr. Randy Danielson.
Thank you, Dr. Birch. Good morning, graduates, family, and friends. A Doctor of Humane Letters is an honorary degree conferred by the university to those who have distinguished themselves in fields such as science, religion, literature, or government, and in particular, health professions education. Our speaker today very much fits that criterion. Dr. Eugene Schneller earned his PhD from New York University. He is a professor with Arizona State University's W.P. Carey School of Business in the Department of Supply Chain Management and has been a Dean's Council of 100 Distinguished Scholars since 2007. Dr. Schneller has also held faculty and research scholar positions at Duke University Medical Center, Union College in New York, Albany Medical Center, Montefiore Hospital and Medical Center, Columbia University, and the University of Colorado. He gets around. Dr. Schneller is the co-founder of Healthcare Supply Chain Excellence and the director of the Health Sector Supply Chain Research Consortium. In recognition of his contributions to physician assistant education and research, he was awarded an honorary PA degree from Duke University in 2004. Dr. Schneller's book entitled The Physician Assistant, Innovation in the Medical Division of Labor was published in 1978. He was the first sociologist to analyze the newly emerging PA profession, which he felt at the time was a significant innovation in the medical division of labor. The way PAs had to negotiate their roles and scope of practice with their supervising physicians fascinated him. Dr. Schneller coined a new sociological term, performance autonomy, to describe how PAs advance their careers, unlike that of other health professionals. The book is cited as a milestone in the development of the PA profession, and it was used to shape public policy in favor of PAs during the 1980s. He has also published over 40 articles in peer-reviewed journals. Dr. Schneller's current teaching, consulting, and research focuses on innovation management, healthcare policy, best practice adoption, supply chain purchasing strategy, design and governance, human resource development, and supply chain integration. You can read more about Dr. Schneller in the Commencement program. Dr. Phelps and Dr. Schneller, please join me at the podium. Dr. Phelps, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the Arizona School of Health Sciences candidate for the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters, Dr. Eugene Schneller.
The highest degree A.T. Still University of Health Sciences may confer is an honorary doctoral degree in recognition of superior commitment to osteopathic principles and for service to healthcare, medical education, scientific research, community service, and leadership in political or educational administration. Dr. Schneller, on the recommendation of the faculty, the dean, and the Office of Academic Affairs, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Thank you. I was wondering who they were talking about. First, congratulations. You guys have done a great job. You've persevered for a couple of years, and it's interesting being at graduation. And by the way, all those who supported you, it's wonderful that they're here. And these guys are going to go out and provide care to communities that need it, and it's very important work. I just want to start out with some confessions. First, I have 3 degrees, forgetting about the PA degree, and I never went to any of those graduations. So my punishment has been being an academic and going to 57 graduations for other people. And it's been interesting because you talk to graduation speakers and some of them are wonderful and some aren't. Perhaps the most interesting graduation was Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. Anybody study about Elizabeth Kubler-Ross? She's the lady who brought the hospice idea to the United States from Great Britain. And she was our graduation speaker at Union College in Schenectady, New York, where I taught for about a decade. And she talked about bringing Grandma down to the living room who was dying from cancer. Everybody was crying. Hot day, middle of New York State in June, and people are weeping because she is giving the most morbid graduation speech you've ever seen. And so as I thought about this, I was trying to figure out how am I going to give a speech that's really going to be somewhat interesting. And I thought back to my former president, Laddie Coor at Arizona State, who was a wonderful person. And many of those graduations I went to with Laddie. And he gave the shortest speech of any college president ever. His speech was, "Keep on learning." And I thought that was a great theme, because in medicine today, that's one of the hardest things for all of us and all of you to be able to do. And so my theme is going to be around that. But you're going to find that learning comes in many different ways as you go forward and you move out of the sort of the halls of academia. They're very different. I did my doctoral dissertation on doctors who became lawyers. I know you're thinking that's either horrible or it's a Jewish mother's dream. And I was never able to quite figure that out. There's a chapter in the dissertation if you go into abstracts about it. But they kept on learning. They kept finding that there were really interesting things that brought two professions together. And actually, as I thought about osteopathic medicine, most of my life's been in allopathic medicine. I thought about two paradigms that really came together. A.T. Still in the 1800s, and then you had an interesting study, the Flexner Report, which really led to the way that allopathic medicine is designed. And it's interesting because innovations such as the PA and such as medicine morph over time. They keep changing. And what's interesting is that 20 years ago, you wouldn't have seen the marriage of allopathic and osteopathic medicine in the ways you do in everyday practice. And that really attests to the ways that learning keeps on happening. And the kinds of things that you thought you would study, and by the way, the doctors studying law were really interesting because they had never been called upon to do cases. Well, they had. They'd been called upon to do medical cases, just as you are in your own training. And they had to bring different kinds of knowledge together. And certainly what we see is sort of a merger of several paradigms that are very interesting. And when Randy asked me to talk, it was really a very interesting challenge because I really thought, I've got PAs here and I've got people here who are really working in occupational therapy, a very different perspective. But then I thought, we're talking about holistic medicine, and the PA occupation was really born out of allopathic medicine. And in a sense, when you think of holistic medicine, what you're doing in occupational medicine is so important. Several things have happened in medicine that I think you really need to be attentive to and think about. First, we have a knowledge explosion going on. I talked to I teach at ASU, and we have a research center. IBM has a major part of that research center. And it's interesting because what they're trying to do with Watson is put all of medical knowledge into one place, to be able to synthesize it so that patients and doctors and physician's assistants and occupational therapists will be able to do that. And I would suggest to you that we're going to see the next decade and a half of artificial intelligence exploding in ways that will challenge you to keep on learning. But then you have to say to yourself, if you're a PA or an occupational therapist, how do I do that? I mean, one of the things we know is that there are standards of practice that have emerged over the years. And so much of the argument when the PA occupation was evolving is whether or not the PA would practice cookbook medicine. That was interesting. Doctor would give you a protocol and you would follow that protocol. So we know today we've got really advanced protocols, but we also know today that by and large, most of what's in those protocols never get done. In a large number of cases, standards are just ignored. It's interesting. A 2012 Fortune article pointed out that 80% of the doctors in the United States are going to be replaced by computers. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. And if it is, hopefully the PAs will be running those computers with occupational therapists behind them. And that would be good. And I'm not sure that Watson will successfully bridge that gap. But what we do know, that only a quarter of the disabilities patients in the United States of those who have diabetes receive blood sugar tests. Patients with hypertension fail to receive 1/3 of the recommended care. Coronary artery disease patients receive only about 2/3 of the recommended care. And I could go on and on. So just because a protocol exists doesn't mean that people follow it. So one of the things that one is challenged to do is to keep up on how medicine is practiced, but also knowing and doing are two different things. And knowing and doing the right thing are also two different things. So what we see in this sort of theme that I'm trying to develop on Keep On Learning is you have to figure out what it is you want to keep learning and how do you do that. How do you set learning and involvement goals for yourself? Because when you walk out of here, you're on your own. Well, you're really not on your own. You're hopefully going to have a physician who you relate to and a set of physicians who do that. But it's going to be up to you to analyze your own practice, to incorporate new knowledge into it, and also know, you know, Hemingway said it's interesting, what you should get out of a good education is a crap detector. That was a joke. And having a good crap detector in medicine is really difficult because you have to be able to sort through those things and be able to get something out of it. So my colleague at MIT, Dr. Shine, wrote a really interesting book a few years ago. The title of the book was The Reflective Practitioner. And a reflective practitioner it can be a lonely person. You know, you don't have to read the journals. All you have to do is pull out your phone, look up the disease, and it'll tell you the 20 things you need to do. How do you decide to do that? How do you decide what order to do those things in? And therefore, you need collaborators in your everyday practice with whom you can learn. It's not a matter of having a supervisor, because we did a lot of PA studies in the early years. I really felt like a midwife to the PA occupation. We were following these early graduates. And one of the things we found is that many of the PAs were much more active in lifelong learning than their supervising physicians. Should I say that again? Many of the PAs were much more active in everyday learning than were their supervising physicians. And so how do you work in an environment where that happens all the time? A few years ago, I broke my femur, and I got to spend a few weeks in a rehabilitation hospital, which was really interesting. And the occupational therapists were there. I never knew a lot about occupational therapy before. And those occupational therapists were helping to restore people and to their activities of daily living after accidents. And I asked, how do you keep on up with what goes on? And they said it's really difficult because the physicians who refer the patients here rarely come and follow them. So therefore, if you're going to learn with the people with whom you work, it's really an active participation as a reflective learner. So today, I really want you to celebrate your graduation. You're going to have great times with your family and friends, and understand that you're going to become certified. But certification is just a point in time. It's just a moment when you thought you knew all there was to know, and that keeps changing. And you're going to have many careers, not just one career. So you have the advantage of learning an environment here at AT Still that's given you the tools. You're in an environment that's given you the confidence to be able to approach that information. But again, you need to be able to go forward in important ways. I was really very grateful to the administration here, to Dr. Gevitz and Dr. Phillips, as well as the committee that recommended me for this. Because I've thought a lot about the PA over the last 30 years, haven't thought that much about occupational therapy. My wife, who I forced to come to this graduation. It's the second graduation for me she's been forced to come to, and I'm very grateful for that. But she'll tell you I've had a lot of different careers. I ended up in a supply chain department where I never thought I would live. You know, I'm basically trained as a Marxist sociologist. Can you imagine what the market for Marxist sociologists are today? So I've had to figure out, how do I take what I know? How do I make sense of it? How do I be reflective about it? How do I use my mentors to be able to do the things, to be reflective? And take the baseline of what you know, because that baseline is so important, and it's been instilled, no pun intended, it's been instilled in you to be able to go forward and learn and to keep on learning and to be reflective. So congratulations, keep on learning, and enjoy the day.
Thank you, Dr. Schneller. We so appreciate you. So graduates, are you ready? That was yes. Very good. I know you are, and it's now your turn. In presenting the candidates for the Master of Occupational Therapy, Dr. Rachel Diamont will be assisted by Ms. Tanya Sharon and Ms. Rebecca Wolf. Would the candidates for the Master of Science in Occupational Therapy, class of 2018, please move to the stage?
Jeffrey Akina. Jessica Avalos Garcia. Vianney Avila. Stephanie Ball. Cassandra Rose Beatty. Alyssa Rose Bauman, hooded by Kathy Hillman. Veronica Berkowitz. Julia Christine Castro. Emily Adair Custred. Jornay Louise Domek. Cesar Flores. Christopher Ryan Frias. Jessica Frost. Courtney Gobble. Colton Hamlin. Bradley Herman. Brianna Jackson. Matthew Richard Lavazzari. Barbara Lee. Sarah Marie Lewis, hooded by Jerry Lewis. Kimberly Mathis. Kelly Suzanne Wilcox. Courtney Alma Ramos. Kelsey Roberts. Michael C. Sanders. Holly Schrepfer. Christy Sobek. Irina Streitfield. Natalie Savada. Rebecca Walsh, hooded by James Walsh. Caitlin Yeaman. Allison Elizabeth Zimmer.
All right, please remain standing. Upon the recommendation of the faculty, dean, and the senior vice president of academic affairs, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the state of Arizona, I hereby confer upon you the degree Master of Science in Occupational Therapy with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Yeah.
In presenting the candidates for the Master of Physician Assistant Studies, Mr. Cody Black will be assisted by Ms. Linda McConnell and Dr. Kevin Kupferer. With the Masters of Science in Physician Assistant Studies class of 2018, please move to the stage.
Madeline Christine Anstedt. Sarah Jean Backer. Melissa Jean Beret. Natalie Gail Burris. Samantha Cazares. Alexander Charzan. Jessica Virginia Svetic. Jordan R. Daniels. Sherry Dilly, hooded by Dr. Michael Kornreich. Jessica Lynn Draper, hooded by Yvette Apodaca. Ethan Tyler Everlith, hooded by Jesse Sumner. Jennifer E. Garfield. Congratulations. Brooklyn Frederick Goss. Hannah S. Griffin, hooded by Dr. Lauren Griffin. Stephanie Jean Guest. David Ephraim Hanks. Annie Celeste Hart. Ashley Christine Hesher. Dalton E. Ishmael, hooded by Alex Furman. Courtney Katz, hooded by Jay Sumner. Ai-ying Kim. Sandra Lynn Lamb, hooded by Dr. Bob McMullen. Andrea Marie Langolf. Megan Catherine Larkin. Shannon Marie Lipas. Gemma Justice Lopez. Delaney Elizabeth Lundeen. Mason. Amber L. Mason. Faith Ann Maroney. Kayla R. Maropis. Ashley Nicole Marsh. Monica Martinez, hooded by Dr. Robert Bob McMullen. Adelina Matatova, hooded by Dr. Diana Matatova. Laura Grace Mather, hooded by Dr. David Mather. McCall Cassidy McClafferty, hooded by Breon McClafferty. Jenny Lynn Mooney, hooded by Dr. Bob McMullen. Julianne Morgan. Deanna Music. Haley Wynn. Michelle Wynn. Nina Novakovic, hooded by Dr. Petr Novakovic. Jefferson Gennaro Payne. Joshua Justin Pfeiffer, hooded by Dr. Timothy Pfeiffer. Christine Pham. Joe Ellen Pilcher. Stephen Christopher Poe. Nina Popovich. Allison Renee Reagans, hooded by Lauren Reagans. Venus Rafayat Olmsted, hooded by Kevin Rafayat. Callie Michelle Richmond, hooded by Jay Sumner. Lisa Marie Sand. McKinley June Sangwin. Jennifer Ruth Shaw, hooded by Dr. Bob McMullen. Ready. Joe Chavo, hooded by Linda McConnell. Julietta Rachel Shapiro. Jared Paul Shaw. Ryan Anthony Shelton, hooded by Gunnar Shelton. Remington Lee Steele, hooded by Dr. Craig Cox. Richa Tawari, hooded by Dr. Neetan Tawari and Dr. Gian Chandra. Lori Faye Troxel, hooded by Dr. Todd Cleaver. Nicole Christine Uriniak. Himanshu R. Ulal. Kevin Violette, hooded by Jay Sumner. Andrew White, hooded by Phil Merrill. Larissa Dawn Wiley, hooded by Kim DeVore and Linda Knudsen. Jennifer Ye. Nikki Jo Zabidny.
Yay. Please stand. There we go. Upon the recommendation of the faculty, dean, and senior vice president of academic affairs, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees in the state of Arizona, I hereby confer upon you the degree Master of Science in Physician Assistant Studies, with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Let's give all of our graduates one more round of applause. Thank you. Since 1892, A.T. Still University has graduated about 30,000 proud alumni. Today, we welcome you to our alumni family. Representing the ASHS Alumni Chapter, I'm proud to introduce Mr. Michael Tucker, PA Class of 1999. Mr. Tucker.
Thank you, Dr. Danielson. Congratulations on your successful completion of your A.T. Still University program of study at the Arizona School of Health Sciences. I can imagine if your experience was anything like mine 19 years ago in the PA program, there were plenty of occasions where you felt like this day would never get here. Well, it's here, and you did make it. This is really happening. I know it seems like it doesn't sometimes. Your accomplishments at ASHS and your graduation today are a testament to your commitment to making a positive contribution to professional healthcare services across the United States and around the world. Being a major center for health professions education excellence at ATSU has become a standard and not a goal, and you have now become part of that tradition. In addition, as you have enhanced the degrees of existing ASHS alumni, your degree will become more valuable as future classes uphold this standard. There have been 21 ASHS graduating classes before yours, creating an invaluable pool of collective talent, knowledge, and wisdom for you to draw upon. As you embark upon your individual careers, your focus will invariably narrow as you continue to learn, build your skills, and find your place in healthcare. Don't forget that there are many of us who continue to make that journey with a lot of successes and failures along the way. Both are experiences that you can learn from. As you become officially recognized as ATSU alumni today, I would encourage you to become involved in your alumni chapter, which is your lifelong connection to the university and to ASHS. Visit the alumni website and reconnect through our events, increasing your awareness of the changes that are taking place. Reach out to others and encourage them to consider a career in health professions, and talk about how proud you are to be a member of the ATSU alumni family. Finally, consider helping other students succeed at ATSU by serving as a mentor. I would like to once again congratulate you on your accomplishment and wish you a productive and successful professional career. Now please stand for the formal induction into the alumni chapter. As a member of the Arizona School of Health Sciences alumni chapter, and by the authority vested in me by the ATSU Alumni Association, it is my pleasure and privilege to formally induct you individually and as a graduating class into the membership of the ASHS Alumni Chapter. Let's have another round of applause for these guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tucker. You may be seated. Let me take a moment here to honor another group of individuals. Students graduating from A.T. Still University who serve or have served or will be serving after graduation in the U.S. Uniformed Services wear a red, white, and blue honor cord in recognition of their service to our country. Would graduates and faculty who are wearing these honor codes please stand to be recognized? Please remain standing. Thank you for your service. Would anyone in the audience today who is serving or has served in our uniformed services also please stand and remain standing? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if you're a former or current police officer, firefighter, or first responder, also please stand, and thank you for your service. Thank you. You may be seated. So here we are again. Commencement is upon us. Every year it is thus, and every year it's thrilling. We've come a long way in the last 2 decades. We grew from 4 professional programs in 1995 to 13 entry-level and post-professional programs in 2018. We grew from 122 students to almost 1,000 now. We started with 19 faculty and staff to over 80. Since 1995, we're proud to have graduated over 8,000 alumni from ASHS. So congratulations to the class of 2018 for joining them today. Our hearts are bursting with joy for your accomplishments, which we also share in some significant measure. You are ours and we are yours, as the threads of scholarship, hard work, and achievement binds us together. We expect you to become the beacons that the world needs today as much as ever. You are committed, compassionate, and well-prepared occupational therapists and physician assistants. You are equipped to understand and engage appropriately the changing demographics in our healthcare system and the health needs of the citizens of this fine country. We cannot stand on the sidelines or be concerned only with personal advancement. Our ATSU graduating class knows that we have purposefully prepared each of you to continue being courageous leaders, thoughtful collaborators, passionate clinicians and therapists committed to transforming others. We and you are a special breed of healthcare professionals. Thank you for choosing A.T. Still University, and in particular, the Arizona School of Health Sciences, to underpin your life's journey. Thank you for respecting and embracing what we offered you, and thank you for making us so proud. Stay with us into the future. May you become all that you have dreamt to be. Be assured in return that we will travel beside you and will welcome you back on many and varied returns. I hope you take advantage of these challenging times to strengthen your moral compass by directing your energies and talents to doing good, not just doing well. That you will combine the knowledge and skills you've gained here at ATSU with the courage of your convictions to be great, to speak for those in need or underserved, to advance science in the service of humanity, and to make sure you hand the next generation an even more innovative, responsive, curative, and preventive healthcare system than the one that was handed to you. But all of that is about tomorrow. Today is about you, your joy, your pride, your achievements, and your well-deserved celebration. I offer you all my best wishes for your success and happiness. Let me send you off with 4 suggestions captured in the book entitled The 4 Agreements by Miguel Ruiz. 1, be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity and be true to your word. 2, don't take anything personally. What others do is a reflection of their own values and beliefs. 3, don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. And lastly, always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. Simply stated, yet so very profound. So together, we enter another notable page in the history of the Arizona School of Health Sciences. Congratulations, class of 2018, and good luck to you. Sincere and hearty thanks also, as always, to all of our community for your contributions to our graduating class's success. Good luck and Godspeed. Thank you very much. At this time, it's my honor to invite to the podium the president of A.T. Still University, Dr. Craig Phelps.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Dr. Danielson. Mr. Tucker, thank you for the words from a great alum. Appreciate that. Dr. Schneller, that was fantastic. I really enjoyed what you had to say, and thank you very, very much. We'll keep on learning. I think that's a good bumper sticker, maybe. These kids don't really know what bumper stickers are, but I hear you. I want to thank the folks at ATSU, our staff, and at ASHS, the staff that got here early, put things together, worked with you yesterday to make sure things went smoothly, and also like to thank the folks at the Mesa Arts Center. This is our 8th graduation this year, and I think out of those we've had 6 of those in this facility. So thank you, Mesa Arts folks, a lot of volunteers and folks who come to make sure your day is wonderful too. Graduates, as you heard, today is one of the most important days of your personal and professional life. In several minutes, when you walk through those doors, for the rest of your life, you will wear the mantle of a healer. Patients and families will share their most intimate details with you, things that they may not want to share with the physician or even some of their family members or others they work with. You will be the vanguard, the trusted for those of all ages. More importantly, those sitting before you, next to you, and behind you will support and continue to support you throughout your career as you dedicate yourself to the most noble of all callings. And I want to give one more round of applause to that faculty who've done a great job. Yay. Graduates, you have what our nation and, in fact, what our world needs. As our founder, Dr. A.T. Still emphasized in his works, finding disease is fairly simple, but helping our patients find health. That is our true mission. No one is better prepared than you. No one can do it better than you. Opportunities you have yet to dream of await you to seize and realize. Our future is in your hands. Until we meet again, congratulations and Godspeed.